What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Tap In Podcast. This is your host, Hutch, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts, Mateo and Julius. And on this week's episode, we have three topics. As always, we'll be talking about our respective clubs. Julius will be talking about Man City, and me and Mateo will be talking about Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Such an exciting game, if I do say so myself. But to start us off, Julius, you guys took home another dub. Y'all are on a roll,
We
man.
did. We did. It was a little bit more techy than I think anybody was expecting. I mean, with the last couple of games having been, clean sheets, 2, 3 goals at least. We've definitely been riding a high. I was making some bold exclamations at the end of the last pod. And going into this game, like I said, I expected to win, but I really got to see. First off, let's just remind ourselves that right now Nottingham Forest is under Sean Dyche, who, has a reputation of being a bit of a pragmatic defensive manager. If you are worried about being relegated, he's the guy you call to kind of keep you up. He's one of the English managers that kind of specializes in this sort of thing. So definitely a solid low block. They were dependent on set pieces and counters, which they really, especially in that first half, could have gotten us a couple of times and should have been up. Honestly, a really really good chance for Morgan Gibbs White pretty early on. But yeah, I mean, considering that with the Sean Dyche team, it's typically a low block. This is a game that I really, really wish we had Doku to kind of unlock that, but he's still out injured. There's all the rumors about Semenyo. He's another one that if this game would have happened a month from now, I would have been a lot more confident in how we handled the
Already claiming
situation.
him is crazy.
Hey, I mean,
I
as
like the
far as we know,
positivity, man.
as far as we know, he's rejected almost everybody, but we'll get to that later. I think that's the
Okay.
third topic. We'll get to it later, but there are some other horses in the race now for his signature. But what I was really struck by, especially in that first half, was Elliot Anderson, who's like this defensive midfielder from Nottingham Forest, who was kind of bossing the midfield. We have been able to show some strength and possession and stuff like that, but he was cutting out passes. He was doing pinpoint like crosses. He was taking all their free kicks. He's another one that is on our radar for more midfield depth. But ultimately, I understood why his name has been touted around for a lot of other teams. Um, but honestly, because of that low block, there was so many block shots. So we really didn't see anything till the second half, when Reinders, there was a slight tactical change where Cherky, who has been our talisman for the last couple of
Ooh, bro,
games,
Turkey's been
brother,
fantastic.
he's going off. Yeah, he's going off. Um, and thankfully so,
That's the
because
signing. That's the signing of the season for sure.
Oh,
I think so.
highway robbery.
Definitely from our perspective,
30
yeah,
million, 30 million for
yeah.
Turkey. You guys have something
Highway
on
Yeah.
robbery,
somebody, and you
bro.
guys. Yeah, I
We
don't know
Highway
struck
robbery.
early
how.
too. I don't know how more people weren't involved or trying to get him. Honestly, I feel very very lucky, and he's giving me shades of De Bruyne, which I've said it before. He's my favorite City player of all time. It's a little early to be saying all that. He doesn't have the same exact profile, but there are things that are reminiscent. Just some of the quick flicks and tricks, and his ability to find people in space. His long shots, which at the end of this game we see again. But just to start off, in the second half, there was that slight tactical change I was talking about, where Turkey kind of takes over more of like a right winger role. I think he was a little bit more central earlier on, and then Reinders was able to get forward a lot more in the midfield, and that's exactly what led to the first goal, where Turkey, finds Reinders in some space, and he roofs it into the net. It was a beautiful goal. Again, Reinders we're getting goals from other places in the team, and I'm
Yeah.
be more happy. But
And
you know,
shout out to my cousin for scoring the goal for Nottingham Forest.
oh, I was just gonna say, like literally 6 minutes later, Amari Hutchinson, the other Hutch, the better Hutch. I don't know. You guys, I
Remain to
mean,
be
listen,
seen,
I
man.
don't know. I
Remains to
don't
be
know,
seen.
but it was a great goal off a counterattack. I believe it came in off a cross, and it was just a lapse in concentration again. Which we've been fortunate to be able to keep a couple clean sheets, but it's that same thing that was stinging us, in the rear earlier in the season where we're just not have a lapse in concentration, and then the other team scores. But after that, we got a little bit more defensively solid, and it became a much more open game, I would say. A lot more attacking. Before that, it was a lot of defending in the first half, and yeah, definitely came alive the game, and then Turkey puts up a brilliant shot from distance again. Mateo, my favorite kind of shot from far. Comes in off a corner. Vardio, your doppelganger, heads it down straight into his path, and he literally just whips one into the bottom left corner through like 3 or 4 people's feet and rescues the 3 points. Because I'll be honest with y'all, I'm pretty pessimistic, or maybe realistic, but probably leaning more towards pessimistic. I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, well, we've been on Arsenal's ass.
All
We're gonna
season.
drop some points. Yeah. Well, no, not all season. We just
Very
recently
recently.
got up there. Yeah. But we've been applying that pressure the last like 2 or 3 weekends, maybe 2. We'll take the top of the prem, and we're just waiting for a response from them. But in like the 80th minute, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Like I said, it was a lot of back and forth. And I was like, okay, well, we're gonna give them a little bit of a break. They just have to do the business, which they later did, and we'll talk about briefly. Um, you know, and then Turkey comes up with this magnificent goal, kind of out of nowhere. We've definitely gotten better at set pieces, which I'm grateful for, as we've seen with Arsenal and other teams. It's kind of a cheat code, and for a long time there wasn't a lot of emphasis put on it, but I'm grateful that we are finding ways to win games, even if it's ugly. And ultimately, if you want to be in the title race, that's what you got to do.
Doesn't
It's
matter
not
if it's
always gonna
ugly or
be
not, man.
exactly. It's 3 points. That's what's important to me at the end of the day. So we took care of the business. It was last minute. It was dramatic. There was a great celebration. He brought out the Holland Zen Master celebration. Donnarumma's losing his shit. He literally ran out of goal and like rushed the bench. It was good. It was good to see. This team is definitely starting to gel, which I'm grateful for. And it's not all relying on Holland, which
Yeah.
was a major
Not
major
anymore.
concern early on.
Not anymore.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
not
It's
as much.
not. Which is a problem for the
Yeah, I
rest
mean,
of the league.
He was
Yeah.
he was pretty much nullified this last game. Good on Nottingham Forest understanding
Absolutely.
that you can't let him, you got to clear those passing lanes for him. But yeah, Turkey's really impressive. Reinders was really good. Yeah, you guys, and I think defensively you guys for a little bit more improved this last
Yeah,
game.
I mean, the last couple
Not
games.
that Nottingham is offensively powerful,
Gifted.
but
True. But hey, I'll take it where I can get it.
A win is a win, as they always say.
win is a win.
Absolutely. That's all I got for Man City.
All right, then we can get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation. I guess I can start off by saying this game was one of the wildest games I think I've witnessed this season. Cause in the first half, I'm laying in bed like, what? I'm not panicking or anything, but I'm like, yo, we don't have the ball more than 20 seconds at a time. They take a shot, we intercept, get the ball back, immediately turn the ball over and give it back. I think there must have been a time like 15 minutes where we didn't get the ball past the midway line. I swear to God, the entire first half, Chelsea had the ball in our side of the field. And for the life of them, could not put the ball in the net. I don't know what was going on because they had a few good shots where it was like, if that was hit just right, that's going in. But it was either wide left or a little bit too high. I know Reece James had an opportunity that he missed, which was like, whew. But that corner was crazy. They should not have given Yao Pedro that goal. I don't care. It wasn't his goal. He crossed it in from the corner and it went in. I ain't never seen that before. Even if
An Olympico.
Yeah.
Like if Martinez was paying attention, maybe he probably could have caught it, but he wasn't. He was too distracted by everything that was going around. He was shoving the shit out of people,
Pushing everybody, I saw.
and he wasn't paying attention. And whoop, went right in. That was a great goal. I love that. That was a great goal. What did you think of your Chelsea in that first half, man? Because you guys were all over it. I really thought. I was like,
I know. Listen, it's the exact. I'll reiterate what I said before. It's kind of the exact same issues that we've been running into. We can get the ball. We can drive it into the opposition's half. We can create an environment of opportunities, but we just can't finish. There's just nobody who's clinical enough. Neto had a bit of a purple patch, but he was pretty nullified. I think you guys were really good defensively, which I don't think you guys have been the most defensive team, but very defensive this time around. Yeah, man, disappointing, honestly. I wouldn't say that I was confident going into this, but I didn't think it was gonna look like this. I also think strategically, that first half was very much done on purpose.
you think so?
Well, so here's the reason I think that is, if you look at every time we started the build-up of the play, you never saw a person pressing the goalie. You never saw any pressure. Mm-hmm. You saw the entire team kind of just like basically burn. It's like in the UFC where you're just chopping down the legs.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like. You were letting. I feel like there was a gamble that Chelsea was gonna, really press hard, but because we have had this finishing issue, that they were really not going to be at a high risk of anything. I don't know. That's just a thought that I had watching them, because I kept watching them. It was like, damn, look how much time Robert Sanchez has on the ball. Like, nobody's pressing them. Everybody was basically on their half the entire first half, and then the moment the second half happens, you guys had that triple substitution, and immediately the tone shifted.
So I think
you guys were pressing hard, pressing high, and we don't have depth. Chelsea, that is the 11, and underneath them, there's nothing.
Because, it was a question mark before the game when I looked at the lineups and I saw that Onana wasn't starting. I was like, that's a little bit of a question mark. Why is he's like kind of our anchor in the midfield right there?
Mm-hmm.
And
defensive linchpin.
Yeah, I was like, you got Declan Rice out there. You need somebody there. But I in my head, I was like, well, maybe they're putting in Buendia, and maybe they're going for speed. Maybe they're trying to match Chelsea's speed in the midfield. I don't know. And then 10 minutes, right? Or 15 minutes. It took 15 minutes. I think that was on purpose too. I think they were trying to, show Chelsea we're just gonna stay. We're gonna keep the same tactic, and we're just gonna, false sense of security, like you said.
Yeah.
And then that's 60 minutes in. They subbed in Ali Watkins, Sancho, and Onana, and not even 30 seconds later, they had a crazy run to the goal. They didn't score, but it almost immediately happened. I was like, what? What is going? Huh?
Yeah, no, it was tactical brilliance on Emery, for sure. I really think that he understood. He's been watching Chelsea. I think because of our, I guess maybe I guess there's a lot to blame, but because of the lack of depth that Chelsea has right now, it makes us very one-dimensional in our attack. I think I've brought it up a million times. We just go off on the wings, cross it, and pray for the best. You know, all of our best players are either injured or they're coming back or they're just not that good. Cole Palmer was playing this game. I mean, he had a couple of good passes, but a lot of badly weighed passes that wouldn't make it to the attacker. I think there was maybe an opportunity for a Neto cross that was just not taken. He's obviously been out for a while. He's still rusty.
Yeah.
He really hasn't played with this group for a while. We just don't have the talent right now. And then defensively, like Sanchez by far I think is the most improved player in the entire Premier League. I think that he's incredible all of a sudden. Like ever since that Man United game, something happened, man. Like a anime, cross cross training thing where he just looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, I'm gonna change, and he's just not. Yeah, he was because ever since that red, I don't know. He's been something out. He's been his distributions have been amazing. His shot stopping has been great. He obviously had that slip, which was a little bit embarrassing, but it was
Should have been too.
It was frozen. Yeah, maybe. But he's been amazing. He's been amazing.
He was pretty good today.
He was great. He was great during this match. I think he got like a 7.6. He stopped a lot of opportunities for you guys.
He did.
But like I said, defensively we're not there right now. Our best defensive pair is Trevor Chalba and Wesley Fofana. Fofana's out on a knock, so Buddy Shield had to. Thank God it wasn't Tosin, but Buddy Shield ain't that good either. And I think both of those goals came from defensive mistakes. Buddy Shield passed the ball and gave up possession just to nobody. Like he just passed it forwards, not really to anybody, and we had to try to defend that position on our end. And then the second one I think came from a cross, and I think I sent you guys that video, right, of Buddy Shield. Everybody was marking somebody. Buddy Shield was just standing like this. Dog,
You thought he was playing goalie.
you thought you were a goalie? Like he had nobody marked. So yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm happy for you guys. You guys better. The two of you better do what you need, because that was a Christmas present for Aston Villa fans for sure.
Yeah, it's been a
But
crazy.
yeah, very very disappointing. Very very crummy way to end the weekend. But what can you do?
Yeah, man. It was.
When you have this low wage strategy that they've been trying for I don't know how many years. Like, what do you expect? You're just constantly gonna have inexperienced players. Like I don't know. I don't really know what the solution is right now. I think we could get better. Who knows? I really still believe in Garnacho. I think that he could get a lot better. That workload that he has is there. I think he needs to get better at the 1v1 duels and getting past people. But that being said, he has the ball a lot. So like if you have way more opportunities to dribble past somebody, and it's gonna look like, even though you're still dribbling past somebody the same amount of times, just the volume that you're putting in makes it look like you're not. Same thing goes with Neto. Neto's a workload horse. They also need to give Esteval more time because I think he's losing his confidence. They brought him out in the 70th minute and he really didn't know what to do. They swapped him out for Cole Palmer and put him in the 10. But you could tell that like they just kind of put him in there and told him like, help us. Like he looked a little lost. He was trying to work some plays, but nothing really stuck. Gittins on the left, just some of the most awful crosses that I've seen from Chelsea.
Yeah, they were really bad.
Really bad crossing from Gittins. My God, it was really upsetting to see.
I don't know where
Literally
it was going.
just rockets to nobody. I don't really know. Like, and then we don't have a proper left back replacement for Cucurella, so now he's out with a hamstring injury.
Oh,
and supposedly like maybe it's a small knock or something like that, but he's out, and Hato is not at his level by any means of the imagination. It's a mess, man. And I've been seeing a lot of people online talking. I think you referenced it earlier, talking about having Maresca resign. And like I said, first of all, who are you going to replace Maresca with? I saw somebody saying that Xavi Alonso. What are we going to do with Xavi Alonso? What are we going? He couldn't make it work with the biggest superstars in Europe. in Real Madrid in La
That
Liga.
might be the problem, though. But yeah, but
Well, okay, fair enough, but like,
why would he want to go to Chelsea?
Does it really?
Well, he might have not. I guess to be fair, if he's getting let go from Real Madrid, Chelsea's not a horrible place to land
No, I'm not saying
per
it is, but
se.
he has no
But
personal connection with that club whatsoever. And
yeah, but gig is a
I don't
gig,
know.
I guess. I don't know. I think it's a dumb idea. I think Maresca's shown that if he's given the proper tools, he can make things happen. And we've seen it. At one point during the game, they actually showed on the top bar number of passes completed in the offensive half, and it was something like 43-5.
Yeah.
So tactically, we're somewhere, right? Tactically, we are giving ourselves opportunities, but we just don't have the players right now to finish it. And like again, our depth is Delap. Delap was out for 2 seconds, got a yellow card. I think he has like 12 yellow cards, and he's only played like a couple of games.
There was so many yellow cards in this game.
Yeah, there was a lot of yellow cards, man.
Morgan Rogers was being a real dickhead out there. He was being so annoying to the other team, but I loved it. I was like, go ahead, man. Hey,
very disappointing.
Not for me.
Maresca, I support Maresca. I just think that this whole, low age, low wage, salary structure, I think that's the reason. Because Semenyo was, there was rumors that he was going to be interested in joining Chelsea. And there was like that video of him going to like a kit shop and picking out a Chelsea kid, and everybody was losing their mind thinking that you didn't see that video? Yeah, he got like a Drogba Chelsea kit, and he was talking about, I guess, how he was, so everybody thought that he was going to go that way, but I know that the reason that he said no is because of this low age, low wage situation. They're not going to give the same salary that they gave Raheem Sterling. They're going to give him something closer to what they're giving Cole Palmer, which is shockingly low for the stature of player he is. And yeah, if I was him, I'd be like, no, hell no. What am I going to do with that? Man City's probably throwing the bag at him right now.
Not just that, you guys have 1,000,001 wingers, so a lot of them have joined your team, like you said, low wage, but he's gonna be suffocated for space and probably for minutes. I mean, he might surpass everybody that's currently there, but it's a lot of. Over the last couple of years, he's seen what wingers do when they go to your team. They kind of just fall down they just slide to their spot on the bench.
After a couple games. I don't know. I could see Gittins being sent out on loan. For sure.
Damn, just got him.
Damn, all right.
Yeah. No, honestly, I feel like I've seen some rumors that they're possibly they would probably do something like that. So if you had Gittins out on loan, you'd have probably minutes shared between Garnacho and Semenyo, which is not terrible, I guess. Especially if it means that you can kind of cross train Garnacho with somebody who's, a little older and definitely more skilled.
Been doing it for a couple of years, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
maybe a new striker situation. I don't know. It's really challenging. Overall, though, the defensive line, Tosin needs to be sold, 100%. A proper center back needs to be purchased. Maybe even another left back to take off a little bit of the load from Cucurella, especially if he's going to be going off to play in the World Cup. And yeah, those are the minimums that you need. Maybe we probably don't need a goalkeeper anymore. Sanchez is doing really well. Somebody for the left might make some sense. At least our midfield's great, but yeah, it's Reece James was amazing. It's been amazing. That's the only silver lining here. He though had a couple of bad passes and a couple of bad crosses, which is not really what we expect from him. He's usually so precise, and yeah, honestly, he's really the anchor. Like, he got us out of that Newcastle game with that amazing penalty kick or free kick.
Yeah,
and
gorgeous.
yeah, gorgeous. He's incredibly talented. Can play in the midfield, can play right back, can play really anywhere. I mean, he's such a robust, well-rounded player. So that's the only silver lining.
Do
Well,
Do you think those are all things that could be addressed this January, or are you thinking like long term, like into the summer, or are we already looking forward to next year?
I
What do
don't
you
think
think?
that so personally, I don't think that unless you get like an insane talent in January, I don't think that purchasing anyone is gonna do anything. Just because you still need to integrate a player to a team and feed them the tactics and stuff like that. Um, a center back, honestly, because a center back isn't super like I feel like a center back's role is pretty well known and refined. So you could probably bring in a center back that can make a really big difference without a lot of training and getting them involved. So honestly, maybe a center back would be the biggest bang for your buck. Um, but yeah, it's probably gonna end up being a summer situation.
Okay.
Um, but the thing that's really disappointing, man, is that every single time I see us linked with a player, it's like a 15-year-old. I'm not even joking, bro.
It's like a development project
it's like
all over again.
it's like some center back from Ecuador who's 15, he's not even done cooking, who's gonna be coming to the team in 2028. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing for me?
at least you have rumors.
I guess, but like every time we're linked to a player,
We ain't got
it's
rumors.
always a
Nothing?
young, like nobody. No offense to these people, obviously, a lot of them are very talented, but I want to be linked.
I mean, that's
with
what happened with
somebody.
Esteval. You guys like
But
signed
we
him,
don't
and then
use
he
him.
he
We don't
stood over
use
there for a
him.
year. No, I understand,
I
but
know,
we've
but
seen the quality that he possesses.
I
Clearly,
hear
the
you,
kid's
but
got it. But
there's no
you know,
point in having this type of quality if we're gonna injure him, right? If we're gonna just
yeah,
bench him. I mean, at least he's
put him
getting
on the
minutes at
bench.
the end, but give him a starting and then swap him out for Neto, who's honestly probably better as a super sub. Start Esteval in games where everybody's clean and clear on the tactics. No, don't just bring him in at the end when things are chaotic. It's not like he's being brought in when we're up 3 and everybody's like just on
Have fun
neutral.
out there. Just
Yeah, exactly.
cook.
It's
It's not a big deal.
always
It's like high pressure situations
it's
when
always high pressure
they're bringing him in.
situations.
Hey, you got
Nobody's
this.
happy. Yeah, and then like nobody's in their like tactical positions. Give him some starting at minutes in real games, not like Carabags or whatever. No, again, no offense to them, but like give him some proper minutes in the Prem. Even if he doesn't do good, even if it's like a lead situation where he got frustrated and kicked the dude's Achilles heel.
Do you prefer a
You
Xavi
gotta. He
Simons
has to
situation?
make. Yeah, he has to. Yeah. Oh my. No, it wasn't. It wasn't as him doing a slide tackle. He got frustrated and just kicked the back of another player's.
Oh, just randomly.
Heel. Yeah, he got
threw
a
a
yell. He
tantrum.
could have easily gotten a red for that.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
like he has to make those kinds of mistakes. He's 18 years old. You gotta
Yeah,
give him
yeah.
that exposure, make those mistakes so that you can reprimand him, and then he'd be like, "Shit, okay, let me." Like you gotta take the good with the bad. So I don't know, and maybe that's where Maresca is like either wrong, but he's really stuck with his team and his players. I don't know, man. It's very disappointing. It was a very high start to the season, but whatever. It's the game. It's still fun. I still like watching it.
Yeah,
if,
of course.
If Chelsea was winning all the time, that shit would be boring.
Ha, ha, ha.
I like the drama.
I don't know
like
about
the
that.
drama.
Yeah.
I don't think I could deal with 11 wins in a row. Personally,
I don't know.
That seems like
No,
a bummer.
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm having the time of my life, man. I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
care if we don't win anything. I'll be like, yo,
I
that
live for wins.
No,
that
no. If y'all better at least get the Europa.
if
Cup.
we get to the champions, if we can qualify for Champions League, win in my book, or win the Europa, win in my book.
Y'all better be winning the Europa. Honestly,
We're at the top. We only have one loss and I think a draw. We lost to Brentford at the beginning of the year when when
Okay.
we were trash. So,
Now you guys are cooking something serious.
Yeah,
So,
No.
I mean,
look,
You think
I
Unai
think that-
Emery's?
that-
How
that
long is Unai
Champions League
Emery's
spot-
contract for?
I don't know, but I hope they renew it again. I hope they renew it for another 5 years. I don't care. Because ever since he's gotten to Aston Villa, I looked. They've gotten consistently better. He's built a culture. What?
2029.
Oh, okay. That's 3. See that? No,
if they get rid of Maresca, you wanted to steal him? Is that what you're thinking?
Get on somewhere, bro. Get your own manager, dude.
I heard Xabi Alonso wants to go.
Hey, this one wanted to steal Maresca a couple
I
days
don't want to
ago.
steal Maresca. I want Pep
There were rumors that City was
eyeing
Maresca.
But
Y'all
look,
are
man.
everybody stealing everybody.
Those are the rumors. But I even told you then, I want Vincent Kompany at some point. If Pep is going to leave, I want Vincent Kompany.
Look, man.
But that might, not be for a while.
Look.
Yeah, when is Kompany's...
Let me just say, right? Let me talk about the game and Aston Villa in general for a little bit. You know how every week in and week out.
Also 2029.
I'm like, I don't know what's up with Aston Villa. We concede a goal early for some reason or another. And then all of a sudden we start playing better. Mm-hmm. I think it's official, man. He does this shit on purpose. It's
Maybe.
on purpose. It was too obvious in the game against Chelsea.
Yeah, I will say with Chelsea, something happens, not when we score, but when we get scored on. The first time we get scored on,
it was over.
Instead, it doesn't matter if we draw. There's chaos. Nobody knows what they're doing. Now we can't take shots. Now we can't, and that's that
young mentality.
That young mentality, exactly. That lack of experience, where you just don't you don't see the situation. You just go at it as hard as you can, even into the extra minutes.
You saw it in the game.
Crumble.
The first when Chelsea scored that crazy goal, we were like, all right. Aston Villa was like, nothing changed. Nothing changed.
That's when you wake up.
They kept playing the same.
Y'all were like, okay, and?
They just kept playing the same. And when we equalized, the body language of Chelsea was like, oh, we just it was over. It was like they had already lost. It was the game. I was just like, you got guys looking at this, like, oh my God, I can't believe we just. And I'm just like, dude, it's tied. Keep playing. Why are you already giving up?
It was like the 60th minute too, right?
The 63rd minute. And then
there was plenty for either team.
Time.
And then you know when I knew it was over and it was still tied, when I knew it was officially over is when they subbed off Cole Palmer. And I was like, oh, it's gone. It's over. It's wraps. They've given up already.
Cole Palmer wasn't playing that well. Honestly, I understood the sub, but I personally think that they should have. See, that's the problem. I think part of it too is Cucurella having to be swapped out, because what we usually see in this situation is not Malo Gusto going to left back. Malo Gusto goes to either mid or right back. Then we have probably mid in this situation, and keep either or. Move Enzo to the 10, and then you swap out Neto for Estevao. That's usually what we do. But because we had Cucurella was I guess had to be swapped.
I don't know why. He was playing pretty good, I thought.
He was playing pretty good.
There was
he
a
yellow,
hamstring, you said.
But I think he had somebody said that he was an injury. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he had to come off early because of an injury. Then we don't have anybody to sub for him, so we had to, move things around. But yeah, Cole Palmer, he's still rusty. I get, and honestly, he still has, one of the ways that, and one of the things that I really, appreciate from Maresca is he's been really good at injury management, which he's gotten a lot of flack for from all these rotations. But Fofana being healthy and Reece James being healthy has really said a lot about how he's been managing these guys' minutes. And I think he's doing the exact same thing with Cole Palmer, where even though they said that he can play a full 90 right now, if he doesn't see a good reason for it, meaning like Cole Palmer's not getting it, he's rusty, like why make him play the whole 90 and risk the injury if he's not going to make that change, right? So I understood why he got swapped out. But yeah, you make a great point. Like our substitutions, when we make substitutions, it degrades the talent of the team. When you guys or anybody else, a lot of other teams make substitutions, it'll be for a winger that has fresh legs and can make a change. Yeah, we don't have that right now.
Because, man,
we hope to do that with Esteval and Gittins, but
that Onana and Ollie Watkins sub, the game was entirely different purely because those guys were on the field. Onana
it was
being
tactical, 100%.
the centerpiece right there, defensively and offensively, he was getting interceptions, stopping some of the breaks. You could tell the difference in the game immediately.
Y'all weren't trying to score. You guys had a 0.00 xG in the first half.
That is
We've
crazy.
Seen all this season. We've seen all this season how dominant you guys can be offensively.
Yeah,
This was a tactical. Like when we talked that we were doing so well in the first half, no, we weren't.
You were and you weren't. It was a bit of some trickery, I suppose, but you know what?
There's some great shots that were blocked by you guys. There was a Garnacho opportunity, a cross into him that at the very last minute was deflected. That would have been a goal.
McGinn, all reliable, came out of nowhere, slid tackle it.
Playing a real good defensive game. A
lot
of great opportunities.
Man, it was just
great game, honestly. Overall, if I was a neutral, I think I texted it. Great game for a neutral. If I was a neutral, I would have been like, "Wow, what a game!"
Because that header,
furious and punching walls in his house.
That header was.
I gotta do all this housework now because I broke through drywall and.
You gotta do it. Rage monster.
Let's talk about two things: one good, one bad. I guess the good thing is more of like a question or me pondering, but the whole season. Before the season even started, when I was reading up, they were talking about Ollie Watkins and how he had a phenomenal season last season. He had a lot of goals, but even when we started winning, he hasn't been looking like that from that stellar performance of himself for last season.
Been Rodgers and Buendia.
Yeah, it's been Rodgers and Buendia and a little bit of Marlon in here and there. I guess what I'm wondering, was this the breakout performance? Was this him reaching, maybe not as good as he was, right? But he's reaching a form in which he's more reliable and you can stick him in that, because he didn't start the game. If you can stick him in that starting position for a majority of the game now and he'll score more reliably than he has been this season. Do you think he's reached maybe not the same as he was last year, but a good enough form? You think it was his breakout performance? Because it was pretty crazy.
I wanted to ask you that, honestly, because like you said, Watkins hasn't been firing at all so far this season. I mean, well, barely, and not in comparison to what he was doing last year. How confident do you feel in remaining in the title race? Because I don't think there's any doubt that you absolutely are in the title race, considering the scups you've taken so far.
Yeah.
But you've been able to find goals from all these different places. Now that your main striker is firing, how confident does that make you feel? Because you have that rotation option now. Like Mateo was saying, they have people on the bench that they could bring out, but doesn't mean they're going to do anything. You have proven goal scorers that you can sub in and out with all the games coming up. So how do you feel?
So I feel like he can be that go-to guy if we are in a moment of need and we need a goal. I think he can be that guy where we'll give him the ball in a good position and he can make it happen. I think he can be that guy, but I also think that when he realizes that it's not the way the game is going, it's like, okay, maybe I don't need to score, maybe I need to help the people around me score.
Facilitate.
Yeah, because that's kind of what he has been doing this season since he hasn't been playing well. He's been kind of just passing it off,
dropping back, get the ball,
tracking back and moving, and passing it, facilitating, like you said, a little bit more. So I think this is kind of like a Ted Lasso. What's his name? Jamie.
You got double aces.
Yeah, it's kind of like I wouldn't say he's the ace. I wouldn't say Marlon's another ace. Marlon's good. I think
Rodgers is an ace.
Rodgers is definitely an ace.
He's an ace.
He's definitely
going
an ace.
to the World Cup.
He's definitely going to the World Cup, and I'm gonna be rooting for him individually, not them as a team. But yeah,
Gatorade is strong with you.
So, and when it comes to this title race, look, man. For a majority of my sports life, all the teams I've supported have never really been much of a contenders. I've always just, you know what, enjoyed when the success happens and not tried to look too far into the future. Even right now,
You don't have that pressure, the expectation of success.
I don't have the expectation of success. Like the Bears right now are 11-4, and everybody is like, you guys are still bad. You're gonna go out in the first round, and I'm like, man, I don't even care about all that. We're 11. We're doing great right now. No one expected us to be here. I'm just enjoying the ride, man. We're playing good football. Both sides, Aston Villa and the Bears, playing great football. And
I've been hearing a lot of people, and I don't know why, absolutely saying like when they're asked, "Oh, is Aston Villa in the title race?" I'm like, people are like, "No."
Why not? We've beaten everybody.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? They've been beating everybody, left and right,
except for Liverpool. But that was the one-off.
11 in a row, right? 11 in a row. You mean to tell me?
Us. You beat Arsenal. You beat Chelsea. Now
have
you played Spurs?
We beat them. We beat Spurs.
We beat Spurs.
We beat Man United.
Okay.
Beat Tottenham.
The traditional top 6. You've beaten almost everybody except for Arsenal. So
we beat them too.
No, Liverpool.
Liverpool. I'm sorry. They did beat Arsenal, and hopefully you beat them again this week. I would appreciate that favor.
Hey, look, man, that's gonna be a tricky one, but
you did it once already. But I don't see. I think it's maybe.
I think we're in it.
Thinking that you guys are, huh?
I think it's more of like, there's no way these guys are. It's like the Bears too. There's no way.
It's like a little bro situation where you're like, no, there's no way.
They got it for now, but what's in the thick of it, they're just gonna lose. And
he's like, not serious.
I think you just scared. If I'm being honest, you just scared. We're beating everybody. No disrespect to you guys, but we're winning games.
No, hey, you earned it. Y'all earned it. So
I like to just take it one game at a time. I think looking too far into the future can be very damaging. But I think we can do it. I think we have a chance. And when it comes
without
to
a doubt,
Arsenal game on Tuesday, I'm a little nervous because we are losing 2 key players. I wouldn't say key, but good play. Well, one of them's key. Boubacar, I mean, he's good, but I think we have a depth to replace him in that one game. But the real loss is Medicash. Medicash going out with that 5th yellow. I don't even remember what did he swipe Garnacho's Achilles or something like that? I don't remember, but
that's pretty bad.
They're both.
There were so many yellows during that game. It was insane.
So they're both out for the Arsenal game.
I think one of you guys is I think it was a set piece coach threw in an extra ball as we were trying to throw the ball out.
Assistant, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, dirty.
I was like, I didn't even know why he did that.
Yellow for that nonsense.
There was like 5 minutes left in the game. I was like, what was the point of even doing that? It was waste time.
I would have been cheering it on if it was a Chelsea side. So
yeah, just shithousery. Yeah.
That was the disrespect.
And it's at the Emirates, this Arsenal game, so they're going to be at home.
Yeah, so that's going to be
even a bit of a fortress,
even tougher. And they're going to have. I think they were missing one of their key defenders last game. Gabriel's going to be back.
He came on towards the end of this last match,
so he's probably going to start next match. So that's going to be a problem. Of course, if I had to predict a score with my all biases intact, I'd say 1-0 us. That's it. That's all I can. It's gonna be kind of like the Man City game against you guys. We're gonna sneak in 1 goal and then play defense for our lives the rest of the match. Or if we scored in the second half, that's how I think we could win it. Even when we won last game, we squeaked it out at the last second. So if we're gonna win,
you guys are that defensively solid that you could.
2-1. I say 2-1, and that 1 is own goal.
I mean, that is a crazy. What was it for like 2 weeks in a row? Arsenal had only owned goals or some crazy shit like that, or was it?
They scored 1 at the beginning of this game yesterday, and then the second goal that won it was an own goal. It was similar to what Reece James did, that Olympiaco scoring from the corner.
Yeah.
But it just grazed an opposing player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're also gonna have a chip on their shoulder because that losing in that fashion. I want them again. I was like, I want to play them again. That was some at last second. Nah, I want it back. I'm running back. So it's gonna be a dogfight for sure. But as we've shown, we dogs in the fight already, man. So it's gonna be a tough match. I honestly don't know which way it's gonna go, but I'm gonna enjoy the ride.
It's gonna be tough rooting for y'all after what you did to me, but I'm gonna be rooting for y'all.
Look, man, if there's one thing the entire league has in common is that we all hate Arsenal, even if they're not good.
Yeah,
We just don't
I
like
didn't at the
Arsenal.
beginning, and then I met the fans. No offense, Arsenal fans.
So man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun match. That's for sure.
Yeah, and
I
these
think
matches are literally like 2 days away.
Yeah, it's on
I think
Tuesday.
the one positive from this loss, sorry, I don't mean to bring you back. I will say I've been seeing a lot more pressure on Chelsea, not just for Maresca's job, which I think is ridiculous, but for them to look at the sporting directors, when Stanley or something like that, and I forget that it's two sporting directors who have been we just wasting money on these low cost young players.
Money laundering.
It might be that maybe or money. Honestly, just farming players, like making money off of you know buying cheap players, giving them a few minutes, and then selling them to suckers. Like low key, that's something. You probably. I mean, they made more money off of selling players. I think last summer than they did winning the Club World Cup. I have to double check those numbers, but they
That's
made a
wild.
lot of money just off of selling players versus winning an entire cup. So
Well, you guys have one of the best academies, so yeah, and there's plenty of players to go around.
yeah, but a lot of those players that were sold weren't even from the academies. They were just like young players that were there for 2 seconds. Like some of them I'd never heard of before. But whatever, it is what it is. It is
It
what
is
it
what it
is.
is. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Last topic. Let's make it a. I guess we'll make it kind of a quick one. The January transfer window
Mm-mm.
is coming up, and there's a lot of rumors. Is there anything that you guys would like your respective clubs to do in this said transfer window? Because when it comes to my team, I'm not really sure what we should do. I know that Unai Emery deserves the money to go out and get who he thinks he needs in order to finish off the season. But what do you guys think about your teams?
Well, I've been very vocal. I want Antoine Semenyo, and we've talked about it. We talked about it last week, and I think even the week before that, when the rumors first started surfacing about this release clause that he has. Apparently, all the teams have like a week starting January 1st to trigger that release clause, or he's off the market, or the price gets significantly higher. But for only $65 million, I mean, in terms of wingers, that's very, very cheap. The fact that he's versatile, he can play across the front
Entire
three.
front. Yep.
Yeah, it seems like
False
a
nine.
no-brainer, and I think that's why so many teams have at least made
Interest.
initial. They've shown their interest. Chelsea have been involved. Tottenham have been involved. Soundly rejected. Ha ha ha. United, us, Liverpool, Arsenal apparently are contemplating, but they spent a lot of money over the summer, so I don't know if they're serious about putting in a bid. But that's
I'd be
definitely
surprised if he chose Liverpool because Liverpool has a lot of good talent already. I and I know we didn't bring it up, but like a lot of their players are the new signings are starting to pick up speed a little bit. Verts just had a great
yeah.
game against the Wolves. Had almost an assist, a beautiful pass to Ekatike, and then he had that goal, a resounding goal from him. Isaacs is doing it. He's scoring that goal. Unfortunately, he broke his leg. Ekatike is making a splash. Like Kirkez isn't horrible,
Yeah,
whatever.
but
Mm-hmm.
But like
again, that
to
go
buy
go
more
ahead.
players to try to fix what might just be time dependent seems
True,
short
true.
sighted.
But I think with Liverpool, the most Salah uncertainty, whether he's gonna stay, if he's gonna go, or if he's even gonna return after AFCON. Um, they never replaced Luis Diaz really. Like you said, Isak is out. Ekitike has probably, unfortunately because of that injury, solidified his spot as their number 9. But on the left wing, they have Gakpo, and
Yeah,
I don't
Gakpo.
even, that
Sloboslai?
is that
No,
the only
something like
person that.
that. Yeah.
Who else are they playing on the left? So I feel like they are probably the ones that most need a versatile attacker like Semenyo. But and I just saw something now that's saying that they're reigniting their interest and they're going to put in another bid, maybe trying to go beyond that release clause of 65 million. And if that's the case, then it might be a little bit of a bidding war. I know, unfortunately, with Man City, sometimes we don't like to get dragged into those. Sometimes, who was it over the summer? It was it was Declan Rice. So 2 summers ago, we put in an initial bid, and as soon as Arsenal got involved and bid a little bit more, we were like, nah, we don't need it, and then we just walked away. I'm hoping that we're a little bit more aggressive with it because we're getting to crunch time. We are in the title race, and a player like Semenyo, if Doku remains on the sidelines for a while, Semenyo could be that difference, and he could be that player that is able to get us the goals and able to kill low blocks. So he would be my number 1 transfer target for sure.
I would
Who,
argue
who, who?
y'all don't need it. Y'all got a pretty sound squad.
I guess so. What I keep seeing on like Man City forums and stuff like that is that most people believe if Semenyo comes in, we're gonna have to sell somebody as well. I know Savinho, Tottenham were interested in him and put in a bid for him for like 60 million in the summer, and we rejected it. I really wish we wouldn't have, but I could see. I've also seen that Crystal Palace is interested in Oscar Bob, who was looking electric at the end of last season, broke his leg, and since then hasn't looked the same. So I think we're
I
gonna
think
end up
Bernardo
having
Silva might
who?
Silva might slowly move out of
Oh
that,
yeah.
and that would be a good drop-in replacement for him.
No, not necessarily in that position. I think Bernardo Silva is for sure is gonna leave this year. I mean, he has made comments and there's been rumors about him wanting to go back to the continent, specifically Spain or back home to Portugal for like years now. And then every year we've extended his contract. We made him the club captain this past summer. Pep has a thing for him, and he just doesn't want to let him go. No, for real.
No, I
He
know. I've
literally
heard
had a
it. I've
comment the
heard
other
the
day. Was
comments.
like,
He's my favorite. I have a thing for
I can't
him.
explain it. He's my favorite. And I'm like, okay, all right, relax, Pep. But
Freak
I
man.
mean,
Peppermint spicy.
he has a good profile, but he's more of a midfielder. So I feel like someone like that Elliot Anderson guy that I was talking about when we were talking about Nottingham Forest, him, Adam Morton, um, who is another like really prominent English midfielder who's gonna probably feature heavily in the World Cup. Someone like that sort of profile, I'm hoping we go for in the summer. I mean, maybe even this window, but um, I, I I think that would be a better replacement for Silva. Um, I think Semenyo is more attacking base. I don't think he's going to slot into the midfield.
Fair enough.
So I know Hutch, you said that you're not linked to anybody. If you felt like there was a weakness in your team or a spot that you would want to strengthen this January, especially since you guys are in the hunt. What position would that be?
Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me look at our
Okay,
lineup real quick.
because I know Mateo has mentioned a couple times he's sick and tired of tossing. He wants to throw him in the bin.
Okay,
Well,
And
so
Gahey, but
another
that's never gonna happen.
A, and Gahey as well. I think that's gonna be a summer signing,
It's gonna
probably
be a summer
Liverpool, but who
signing, and
knows?
everybody's gonna throw all the money at him. And unless our whole structure changes and our tactics change, they're not gonna be able to purchase him. He's not gonna take a low wage
No.
he if he's gonna be in hot commodity, and we're not
Oh,
gonna
100%.
fight for him. We're probably
Real
gonna
Madrid
end up
are
with
interested. Liverpool are interested. We're interested. That's going to be a bidding war.
So I'm not as much of a big analytical guy on when it comes to soccer at yet. I haven't been,
Get in
but
there.
from when I'm looking at it, there, it's tough. I want to say somewhere in the defense, maybe some. I like Matty Cash. I think he should stay, but the other side I think is a little bit of a problem. I like Madsen. He is a speed demon, but there's just I don't know. It's something about that left side that's a little weak. I'm not sure. A little light because he is a small guy. He's like 5'6" or 5'7", but he's fast as hell. I think that might be the only reason why he's there because he's such
5'10".
Is he 5? He looks small on TV.
Yeah.
He looks small on TV,
Just
man.
because you're tall.
Okay, that might be fair. I think Matty Cash might be shorter than him actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know enough to know what we need. I know that getting Tielemans back was a good. We probably someone the rumors say that Pau Torres is being coerced, brought to Barcelona's side, even though Unai Emery is trying to convince him to stay. But rumors say that he's leaning towards leaving to go to.
Really?
Yeah, and that's a big loss in our defensive
100%.
side because he's a force back there. But so we need somebody to replace that to drop in there. So that would probably be our biggest concern.
Honestly, I would be surprised if Barcelona could swing that. Barcelona have, especially after the massive financial fallout that they had a couple years ago, they've bought in a couple players and on IOUs and they haven't paid them back. No, I'm dead serious. I saw something the other day. They owe like $150 million in past transfers that they're still paying people back for. So that just might be. I also saw they're interested in Vardio, Mateo Light in Man City. So, but the reality is,
I like how he's me light versus me being him light. Appreciate that.
I'm just saying. But
if
the
I ever meet him,
reality
I'm gonna
is,
tell him that.
hey, the reality is Barcelona is a one team that I think people sign for them because of their name and their reputation. Yeah, they play beautiful football, but that high line is crazy, and they're in financial distress. So I would be surprised if they could actually pull Pau Torres away. But I do agree with you. Maybe a center back because
And
you guys have
maybe
Lindelof
a winger.
and
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because when we switched to a 4-4-2 in the second half. In the first half, we were in I forgot, but it was one striker. I think no. Was it
like a 4-3-3, with wingers?
I think I got that wrong. I think in the first half we were 4-4-2, and then when Ali Watkins got subbed on, we went to a one striker. And so when we're in a 4-4-2 or sometimes Morgan Rogers plays winger, when Tielemans is moved into Cam, that's pretty. So that's why I'm hesitant to be like we need a winger, but when we have Rogers out there in winger, looks pretty damn good. But on the other side, John McGinn, I don't know. I just don't know.
He's your boy.
He's our boy.
That's your captain and your talisman.
Exactly. So it's maybe a little bit of help in the. I don't know. I think we're solid all around. That's why I'm kind of like I just don't know. I'd focus on defense. I think that might be the weakest part of our team. Focus on defense. I don't know who. I don't know. I don't know enough yet. I'm only 2 or 3 months into this. So focus on defense is my.
Well, hopefully some transfer rumors will start popping up. I mean, I love transfer season. That's what sustains me over the. Yeah.
Also just.
No, it's not even just the hope because even if it's not for my team, I like seeing. Oh, how are they going to set up if they get this guy from a league I've never, a league I don't watch often or something like that. That sort of stuff interests me.
Yeah, what are they going to do with that 18-year-old from Kazakhstan?
Yeah, boom. Uzbekistan,
doing.
okay?
I think he's from Kazakhstan, actually.
Yo, you guys have a guy from Kazakhstan that you're looking at? Oh wow, I thought you were talking about.
We have him. He's
Oh,
coming
no.
in next summer.
You guys are trying to be us. We got a Uzbekistani guy last January.
Low age and no wage. Is that what the saying was?
Low age, low wage.
Okay, I thought it was low age, no wage. You trying to get all these guys on freeze.
No, I don't even think he was free. Forget his name.
But all right.
And then yeah, go ahead.
We're just kind of wrapping it up here a little bit because we know we're over the hour mark here, so I'm just going to wrap it up here. We'll continue this discussion next week when we have more time. But that has been another episode of the Tap In podcast. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know I did because we won, but we will see y'all.
We're still winning it all. We're winning the Premier League. Chelsea's going to have an upset of the season. Clip this one too.
Clip that, and we will see y'all next week. Peace out.